I'm Ashley Bullington, and this is the Warmup. Four more wins get you a state title. So it's time for North Texas teams to buckle down and stay focused. What a terrific Thanksgiving weekend full of games we had last week, including a 3-overtime game where Mansfield Lake Ridge got by Denton Guyer and Rockwall putting a scare into Allen before the Eagles advanced. What do we have in store for this weekend's regional semifinals? Well, let's take a look at some of the bigger matchups. It doesn't get much more big time than Southlake Carroll and Euless Trinity. When they first faced each other in 2006, there was close to 50,000 people on hand. This Friday night, they'll be playing at UNT's Apogee Stadium, and it'll be a ground and pound type of game. The Dragons are led by TJ McDaniel, who put up another 163 yards as he closes in on 2,000 yards for the season. Carroll's huge offensive line has opened up big holes for the senior back, and he's made it to the house 32 times on the ground. We all know the Trojans can match any team with their rushing attack as they rely on running backs Brandon Theus and AJ Barrett. This one may come down to the few times the ball is put in the air. Allen had a big scare last week against Rockwall as the Yellow Jackets put 40 points on the Eagles defense. However, Allen got big plays out of quarterback Grant Tisdale and running back Selden Manning to pull off the win. This Saturday, they face the Woodlands at Baylor's McLean Stadium. The Highlanders come into this one with a record of 9-3, but have lost to some Houston Powers. As long as Allen gets his defense shored up, they should advance, as no one has been able to slow down the Eagles' offense. Interesting 6A matchup taking place at UNT Saturday is Haltom versus Hebron. Haltom has had two tight ones in their first two playoff games, and they can expect a third one against Hebron. The Buffaloes are led by quarterback Michael Black and running back Kenneth Cormier. The Hawks have had an easy path to the regional semifinals. They took care of Fossil Ridge and Richardson Pierce, and now they face off one of the area's biggest surprises in Haltom. Should be a close game throughout. In 5A, Alito takes on South Oak Cliff. The Golden Bears defense has been unreal, as they've only allowed just over 6 points a game, including 5 shutouts. But they haven't been playing teams with the same firepower as Alito either. The Bearcats are led by Oklahoma commit Jace McClellan, who's coming off a 300-yard game against Lovejoy. If South Oak Cliff can find a way to slow down the Alito offense, then this will be a game. If not, Alito will advance with ease. Big games this week from some big teams. And we will also have a story on a big deal for the Keller Band. The Indians Marching Band were the only Texas band that played in the Macys Day Parade in New York City. We'll take a look at all the fun they had during the week and how they handled being on national television. Let's peek into high school basketball and see how things shake up in our top 5. For boys, Denton Guyer went 1-1 at the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest against some national powers. Devion Harmon averaged 25 points a game, while Jalen Wilson averaged just over 22. The Wildcats remain at number 1. Tyrese Maxey scored 33 and 26 points respectively in 2 games at the Hoop Fest. The Colonels of South Garland went 1-1 and remain at 2. Rockwall and Justin Northwest both lost games at the buzzer against national powerhouses, so they remain at 3-4. Our new number 5 is Mansfield Timberview, as they have raced out of the gates with an 8-0 record. For the girls, the new number 1 squad is Mansfield Timberview. They picked up a win against Duncanville and are 8-1 on the year. The Pantherettes dropped to number 2. They lost to the Wolves and took an L in the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest. Defending 6A champs Plano jumps to number 3 as they are undefeated and looking to be in playoff form already. Number 4 is DeSoto, who drops from number 3. And number 5 is Allen. The Lady Eagles are 6-2 and hungry for a matchup with Plano later in the year. Now it's time for the cooldown. Up first, we have a theme for Haltom PD. The police department has been coloring their beards glittery orange to support the Buffaloes. I think they look pretty good if you ask me. Texas Tech's last game of the regular season. They lost to Baylor, but that wasn't the biggest loss of the day. Texas Tech head coach Cliff Kingsbury was let go and will be leaving Tech after his third rough season. Plenty of our DFW players have committed to Texas Tech, so we'll see what happens next. This last one is extremely sad, but we want to get the word out to help spread prayers. Former South Grand Parade basketball player Bryce Cooke recently announced that he would be going to SMU to continue his basketball career. Monday, Cooke suffered a stroke and was hospitalized. We can't report on his condition, but the outpouring he's gotten from the community has been huge. Please pray for Bryce and his family during this time. To follow all things inside high school sports, you can follow our social platforms. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That'll help you prepare for the best 30 minutes of your weekend, when at 6:30 p.m. Saturday, Wingstop Inside High School Sports comes on NBC5, hosted by Pat Doney. Things are starting to come down to the wire for playoffs. The team that will be crowned champions have to go through another round this weekend. I hope you're warmed up and ready for it. I'm Ashley Bullington, and thanks for watching the warm-up.